Because of COVID, Dennis Allen, the acting coach, the defensive coordinator, his D had it working. Tom Brady coughs it up here. C.J. Gardner-Johnson would get him on the interception a little bit later. In 4 regular season meetings as a Buccaneer, Brady has turned it over 10 times and is 0-4 against the New Orleans Saints. Here comes the INT. This sealed it. The Saints get a huge win. They prevent the Buccaneers from clinching the NFC South for the first time in 14 years. And in the process, the Saints move to 7-7. They are currently the 7th seed in the playoff picture. We say good evening to D'Angelo Hall. Okay, buddy, I get it. Mike Evans left the game because of injury. Chris Godwin left the game because of injury. Leonard Fournette left the game because of injury. I don't care. How impressed were you with that Saints D?
I mean, extremely impressed, Chris. I mean, let's be real. It was times that the Saints only were pressuring with 4 guys, just that 4 down lineman. And I'm a DB, and I'll tell you, anytime you give us more guys on the back end to cover, man, we're going to make plays. We're going to flood those zones, and that's exactly what you saw from this Saints defense. I tell you what, Dennis Allen is a masterful game planner. I mean, just his guys, they accepted the challenge. I mean, just time after time again. You know, this Tampa Bay offensive line, they took pride in protecting Tom Brady, and today was one of those nights that, I mean, they just could not block anybody. Hats off to Cam Jordan. I mean, everybody on that Saints defensive front, man, they got after Tom Brady. They took this game personal, not having Sean Payton in the building for this one. They made him proud sitting at home watching this game.
Sacked TB12 4 times on this evening, and it's just the 3rd time in 359 career starts, that includes the playoffs, that Tom Brady did not put a single point on the scoreboard. Now, big picture here, the Buccaneers, they miss out on a chance to clinch the playoff berth. They're still going to win this division. There's no question about it, and a soft schedule down the stretch. But because of the injuries, how worried are you about the champs?
I mean, I'm not too worried because at the end of the day, you know, some of these guys have injuries that they'll be able to recover from. They'll be right back into the fold. For Tampa Bay, it's always, in my opinion, been about matchups, how they match up against other teams. And they'll still be able to put those guys out there on the football field. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, hopefully Antonio Brown's back into the fold. Anytime you have the ability to put those kind of guys out there at the receiver position, you can make some plays in the passing game. And you could tell that those guys that he had replacing the guys I just named, they couldn't really get off the press. They couldn't win those one-on-ones. And you just saw the Saints DBs just continue to feast once they figured out, hey, we can cover these guys.
All right, I mentioned that kind of a soft schedule down the stretch. 2 of their last 3 against the Carolina Panthers, the middle game in that stretch against the New York Jets. So we shall see. All right, let's move on to probably the best game of the day in the Charm City. Tyler Huntley getting the start.